Hi everyone and welcome back to Meta-morph. So I told last week that I was going to a team event this weekend, and I sure did. It was more of a fun narrative event. We played 5 rounds and had the teams. So yeah, it was a team event. We were 4 people in every team and played. In every round we played 2 different games. So, you split your team in 2 and could pick any of your teammates to play with. So we could change around to make every game feel new and interesting. So it was great fun. So the rules were you brought 1,000 points each, and they had this sort of a Highlander rule, which means that you can only have 1 of every data sheet, excluding troops. And I think you can basically just bring 1 detachment. And of course, there were lots of beers. Maybe did not make the best tactical decisions, but obviously the most awesome ones. So I thought that this tournament would be a really good opportunity for me to try out some fun combinations that I've been looking over in the codex and be like, yeah, this would be fun to try out, see how it plays, but maybe a bit too experimental to take to a real competitive tournament. So my team consisted of Corn Demons, Black Templars, Grey Knights, and me playing Genestealer Cults. So bit of a mix here. It was quite difficult getting some fluff together why these forces are fighting on the same side, but we managed to squeeze something out. We wanted to focus on our list to be on close combat, just getting in there, smash some face, and hopefully finish our games quite early. So it worked. It worked okay. So the list I brought was a Pauper Princess Battalion, and I took an Abominant of all things as my warlord, and I gave him the Pauper Princess warlord trait, Beloved Grandsire, which meant that any unquestioning loyalty rolls I made were passed on a 2+. Because I thought that, usually when I play an Abominant, he normally dies. But with this, I think he could become quite tanky. So I wanted to try it out. I also had a Primus to boost some of my close combat. And a Magus with, obviously, Might from Beyond and Mass Hypnosis to turn off Overwatch. But I also took the Crouchling and Cult Psyche and all that, and gave her mind control, because I had one goal over the weekend to mind control something big and do some serious damage, just for fun. More on that later. And then I had 10 acolytes, just with 3 saws and a drill, just for fun. A hard-hitting unit, and then I had 30 neophytes, 1 squad of 10 and 1 squad of 20, 5 aberrants, just picks and a stop sign, and then also a Goliath truck and the new rock grinder that I recently finished. So I wanted to try that out, and of course I gave them both demo charges, caches of demo charges, just so I could blow them up for funds. So yeah. Overall, I really liked the event. I played, the terrain was amazing, real fun, lots of fun people, really chill people, chill games, no problems whatsoever. And I thought it was really nice to team up with some of my friends, because they all brought big scary stuff, Marines are always scary, and big scary Corn Demon things, and Nemesis Dread Knights and stuff, which meant that the opponents usually focused fire on my teammates, because they had more big scary stuff, and they left my poor trucks alone. So yeah, that it was a bit fun. I got to some of my units actually survived being out in the open. I was very surprised. But the rock grinder, I'm not going to go in depth of every game, but I'm just going to talk a bit more about like general, like the units I used and what I thought about them. So starting with the Rock Grinder, I really liked it. I have another one unbuilt, so I'm probably just gonna finish that up like as soon as I can, because I really like the Rock Grinder. Like against some like infantry units that can't hit that hard, it's great. Just ram it in there and start grinding them down. It's amazing. So that was, I was really surprised by it. And also the ability to just blow up charge trucks in and blow them up. Yeah, it was great fun. So that was pretty good. And then it's like we can have a look at the Abominants with this Warlord trait for unquestioning loyalty on 2-up. And I have to say I'm very, very surprised by how good it was. Like I didn't like use it to its full effect in every game, but like in the games I used it was very effective. Just having like 20 neophytes in a ruin or something, and then having the Abominant out front, like people are shooting the Abominant. Yeah, he's pretty tough to wound and all, but sure he doesn't get a save. But then just pass it off to some neophytes behind, and then when it's my turn, I can just, if the Abominant took any damage, he automatically regenerates some wounds, and I can just use a stratagem to like get some cult reinforcements back on my neophytes. So yeah, that was really cool. Looking at continuing a bit on that tactic, I'm probably gonna try and use that on a Patriarch, just to make a Patriarch a bit more survivable. So I think I'm gonna try that out in like some more serious games, because I really liked it. And overall, Pauper Princess, like rerolling hits when you charge, I thought it was great. Like Abominants getting in and re-rolling, it was awesome. So the block of 20 neophytes, they were surprisingly useful. Sure, you can you can have 2 units of 10 instead, but it was really nice. One time I dropped in all 20 and used the stratagem to throw grenades at some some guardsmen, like some renegade guardsmen. There were not 18 of them or something, so I got to throw 60 hand grenades plus 10 autoguns in rapid fire range. So I fired 80 strength 3 shots at those poor guardsmen, and I killed them. It was close, but I killed them. I think I did like 19 wounds in total to them. So yeah, that was great fun. And they just took up a lot of space and just charged in and like held on to objectives, and yeah, they were cool. I really liked them. They're really good for screening also, like grabbing several objectives. So really liked them. What more did I like? Well, the Aberrants, they were actually okay. It's like they need a lot of buffs to really do something. But if you can get those buffs off, and like for the right situation, like a group of 5, they can really put the hurt on stuff. And if you can protect them, I put mine in the Rock Grinder most of the time. And since I had teammates with much larger, scarier stuff, like people didn't really focus on them, so I guess I could use them like a bit more effectively, like than I would if I played like only me, like pure Genestealer 2000 points. So yeah, they were a positive surprise. And now to the most awesome thing. I said I wanted to mind control some stuff to make some big stuff happen, and I did. So in my first game, I managed to mind control a Dark Eldar, what's it called, a Raider Ravager whatever it's called. I shot some disintegrate cannons at some stuff. It didn't do that much damage, but it was fun just to do it. But however, in the second game, I think it was the second game, I managed to mind control a Scissor Battle Exorcist, and I fired all of the rockets. It's like, I think it got like 8 shots or something on 3D3 shots, and I shot them all at an Imperial Guard flyer, and I knocked it out of the sky, like 40 wounds, bam. It was awesome. And then I used the Return to the Shadow strategy, and the next turn the Magus just slipped away. Like she came in, did her stuff, and then just slipped away. I mean, we lost that game, but that moment, it was amazing. And also in another game, I mind controlled a Custodes, what is it called, a Talimon Dreadnought or whatever it's called, and like shot some big guns at some some Primaris bikers and killed like 2 of them. So yeah, I mean, mind control, it's a fun spell. It can be useful, but you need to get so close that you're usually putting yourself at risk. So, I mean, sure, if someone has like a knight or something big that's like pretty exposed on a flank, or like on a weak flank, and you can come in, mind control, and then just charge in and kill everything, then yeah, it could be useful. The problem being that, I mean, you need to pass a Warp Charge 7 power, which is, with some pluses to cast, it's not that difficult, but you can fail it pretty easily. But then you also have to beat their leadership on 3d6, which, I mean, I passed all 3 times I cast it during this event, but it could easily fail. So it's not something you want to base your strategy on. But yeah, as with most things in the Genestealer Cult army, it's a great tool to have. So yeah, overall, I was very impressed by the event. It was great. I had great fun. I'll probably go back in the future. And yeah, last game we faced off against some Custodes and Raven Guard successors, and man, aggressors. Ugh. They melt our army. So, and to be clear, for this tournament we play with the old rules, so they could still double shoot, which you cannot do now. So at least that's something. But yeah, damn Marines. Well, that was all I wanted to report back to you from this event. I'll see you in a week. Bye.